Good morning. On Father's Day, I broke the drive belt on my Spartan RZ48. And today, we're going to move this over, blow some of the grass off of it, crawl under there, and see what we have to do to change this belt out. We got my new belt I purchased on Amazon right here in this package. If this is in fact the correct belt, which I think it should be, because I pulled the part number right off of Spartan's parts page. I'll throw a link in the description. Alright, to start with, you're going to watch me ride the struggle bus, getting this mower out of here. I think. Oh, maybe not. Might not be too bad. Just in case you have this, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you probably have this. Hey look, there's that belt that came apart on me. The disconnects for the hydraulic pumps are... where are they at? I remember they were really easy to find. The first time, they were little plastic handles. There we go. That's supposed to be in or out. Yeah, so I guess out is normal operation. It probably shows something on there that I can't see. That handle's right there where my finger's pointing. You might not be able to see it. So on each pump. And then to disengage them, you fold those back under towards the pump body. And that's it. I think these are the Tough Torque. Something like that. Hydraulic pumps. I'm at 144.9 hours. I replaced the deck belt last summer, I think, about 45 hours ago on it. Wish I would have done the drive belt at the same time. Would have made more sense, huh? Let's get the grass blown off of this and get to work. Get that belt changed out. Alright, Amazon link down in the description for that blower if you're interested. Milwaukee 18 volt. It's really handy. Okay, let's crawl under there. So we need to do get this belt off and the new belt put on. Well, I just noticed this. Looks like I smashed up my my muffler guard here pretty good on something. I did that. Oh well. Alright. I've already pulled this back through. Kind of wish I hadn't. Belt routing is on a sticker up above. Alright, so I think what we have to do here is I need to take the tension off of the deck belt and drop the deck belt off. And then I probably need to drop the clutch assembly off. That bolt there. And I'm gonna have to pop off, I think I gotta get the spring off in order to get the belt fed up around there. So let's start with those things and see how far we get. Let's get that deck belt off. Oh, there we go. Tough Torque. I don't know if it focused on that or not. It's been a pretty reliable mower. Been really happy with it. I wish I hadn't done that. It doesn't hurt anything, but I'm gonna try to bend that out at some point. Just belts. I think it had roughly 100 hours on it whenever I broke the deck belt, and we're 150 now and broke the drive belt. But other than that, I haven't done anything to it except oil changes and greased everything. All right, to get to the tensioner on the deck belt, or at least to see it, I'm gonna remove this floor pan. Set it over here. And I think, I don't remember exactly how I did this last time, but I think that I can just put a pry bar here, catch that, and pry this way, like so. Take the tension off this belt, drop that belt off. So let me go grab a pry bar. Maybe you can see that. Alright, so pry bar, I'm going to catch that nut there and go against that tensioner bracket. Oh, I tell you what. Here. The other option, instead of popping the belt off the pulley, off the tensioner pulley, probably be easier just to pop the belt off of one of the adjacent pulleys. I don't know if you can see that one right next to it, that idler there. Idler. I guess it's an idler, I don't know. I'm gonna take tension off and I'm just gonna drop the belt off below it or above it, whichever's easier. Above it was easy. And then gently release the tensioner. Sorry about that light right in the camera. I didn't think that through. Alright, now there's no tension on the deck pulley. Or, I'm sorry. There's no tension on the deck belt. And that falls right off out of the way. Alright. Now I'm going to go get the impact and the socket to fit this bolt here. I'll tell you what size it is here in a second. Alright, so it looks like we take the bolt off the bottom. And the clutch assembly should drop down. And then it has a bolt that comes in through the top. This guy right here, and that retains the clutch position. All right, so it looks like if I take that bolt out right there, slide out of the way so I can get a better look at it. Or just, it's actually gonna be, I don't think I take the whole bolt out. Hold the bolt, remove this little nut right here, and then the whole clutch assembly should drop down once you have this off. And then I think it's just removing the spring here, unclipping the spring, and we can feed our drive belt back through there. Alright, I hope you can see what I'm talking about and understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, let me go get some more tools. Alright. Get our impact out. Be honest, did you think that's what you were going to see come out of the rigid box? 5/8 maybe? 5/8, let's try that. Try that and see if that fits. Well, that's irritating. So the clutch bolt is 5/8. That retainer nut that we need to take loose, I think it's going to be 1/2 inch. For some reason I have a 1/2 inch wrench in there. So let's go get another one. Alright, let's see. 1/2 inch. See if I can get this nut loose here. Hopefully you can see this better than I can. It's right there somewhere. Maybe it wasn't 1/2 inch. How the heck are you supposed to get on there? Anything? Tell you what, I might have to lower the, I might take this bolt out first and lower this down just so I have clearance for the wrench to get on that. I don't know. kind of a strange setup. Not a big fan of that. Let's go ahead and grab the impact here. And that socket left laying down here. Turn this down to medium setting. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy here. Okay. So you got your bolt, lock washer, and then this big old flange washer, I guess, whatever it is. Set that aside. Now this drop down, it's being held in place by this retaining bolt here. Let's see if I can get a wrench on it now. It's a little bit lower. Okay, not above its half inch. Just can't seem to get a wrench on it. Would it be easier if I just take the back side of those? I think it might be easier to take this whole bracket off. These look like little carriage bolts here. I'll just leave this attached to the clutch assembly. I think that's what we're gonna do. Gonna have to move you out of the way, I think, so I can get a little leverage here. Well, I got my leverage. Knocked the camera off, got the leverage. Looks like it's going to be difficult to get that carriage bolt out of there. So it's going to be even more difficult to put it back, I'm sure. So I'm going to leave it in place. Sorry about that. So I think this is a 2020 model. RZ48 Spartan. Alright, I want to make sure we don't pull on these wires. Okay. And if you're doing this without lifting the mower up, your wires are long enough to just rest this on the ground. Otherwise, there's a plug right on this top side here where you can unplug this. Alright, I'm going to try to remove the spring just by pulling on it and popping off this bolt without messing with the tension adjustment. That wasn't too bad. Just watch that you don't get pinched in here in these coils. Might be a good idea to put a pair of leather gloves on or something. Protect you from that. Oops. Okay, old belt is out of the way. Let's grab the new belt and finagle it back in there. All right, so my mower has the pump belt routing diagram stickered on it right here. That's what it looks like. In case yours is missing it, you got your clutch back here. I'm sorry, my arm right, like clutch, tensioner, idler, and then around each pump. So putting the pump back, or the belt, I'm sorry, putting the belt back, I'm gonna feed it down from underneath the seat. After I move my headphones and speaker here, don't need to dump those off, break anything else, that'd be cool. All right. So I'm gonna start by dropping my belt in here, put it around the pumps, and then feed back. We've got to go around that idler there, around that tensioner there, up around the clutch. And then once we have it pretty much back in place, we can put the tensioner back, and then put the clutch back in place. All right, yeah, so mine's May 8th of 2020 manufacture date. RZ48. All right, we're gonna try to do this one-handed because I can't figure out a good way to hold this camera. So I'm gonna start by feeding most of this belt in here. Just gonna take a quick look at that diagram again. I need to go inside the tensioner, inside that idler. Looks like I got wires in the way, right? Oh, that's, yeah, I do. Sorry, here's your parking brake switch. I unclipped this earlier. Actually, I unclipped this the other day when I was trying to get the belt off. You have to take this wire off to get your belt back in place or removed if it's not totally cut. All right. It fell right down my way again. Okay. Put it around that pump. Put it around this pump. And I know it's got to go to the inside of the tensioner. The rest of this I need to do from down below, I believe. I really hope you can see. It's hard to film and do work at the same time, so I'm sorry if you can't. Alright, so we got to go inside the tensioner, inside the idler, and then up around the engine drive pulley. Okay. And I think we should be okay as long as double check, make sure your belt stayed on your pump pulleys. Or I can attempt to put my tensioner spring back. I tell you what, I think I'm gonna grab a either a little bar or a thick screwdriver or something to run in here, because that's gonna be a lot harder to put back now if there's a belt in place. The other thing we could do is take this nut loose, run that all the way out. That takes all the tension off. We'll just do that. Should we just do it the right way? Let's do it the right way. Do it the right way and grab an adjustable wrench. What I did. That was not tight at all. Alright, so I'm going to hold that to keep a little tension on that. Oh, it's thread's easy. I tell you what, I only wash this mower a couple times a year. I'm really impressed with how everything looks under here. It's holding up really well. Oh yeah, that's gonna make it so much easier. Just back that out till it's holding on by the last few threads there. No effort at all. And then because I didn't touch this stop nut here, I should be able to just tighten this nut up. Sorry, I gotta reposition it a little bit. Because I didn't adjust the stop nut, I should be able to just tighten this nut up and it should be set to factory tension again. I'm sure there's a specific number of turns and everything it's supposed to be, or a measurement here. I don't know what that is. So I'm just gonna try to avoid touching that stop. Just tighten that back up.
3/4. Move this out a little bit so it's not beating on it. Hopefully you can still see. Sorry if you can't.
As much of a cluster as this looks like on camera, I promise it's worse in person. No, this isn't a bad job at all. Not a bad job at all. Oh, man. I knocked you down. Okay. So as I got this tight, because I wasn't backing this nut up, it spun back here. I noticed it because it rotated the spring. So I just rotated it back. So the spring is oriented better. I put the adjustable wrench on this nut on the back side here to hold it, and then snugged this. All right. So next we can put our clutch back on. This is all really clean. I want to say it'd be a good idea to put some anti-seize and stuff on here. It's really what I should do. Let me go get some anti-seize, because this is a keyed. It's a keyed shaft. I don't know if you can see that or not. The screen's black on me right now. I'm gonna put a little anti-seize on that, never seize, and then put that back on. All right, got my anti-seize. Pretty much anything I use in the video, I'm gonna try to put an Amazon link in the description for, because if you use my link to go to Amazon to buy anything, I get a little commission off of that. It's a very small percentage, but it's something, because these videos are not monetized and they're not sponsored by anybody. Mostly because, you know, I'm not that interesting and you guys don't subscribe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But it'd be really cool if you're gonna buy something off Amazon anyway. Just hit that link in the description just to get you over to Amazon, and then make your purchase like normal. You shouldn't see anything different, and it helps me out. All right. So I think what I have to do here, put this bracket back on here. Kind of have to do all this at once, I think. All because I couldn't get that nut right there loose. Got to get the keyway all lined up. That wasn't like that, was it? No. It was like that. Put this nut on here, just get this nut started. I don't know if you can see anything I'm doing, I'm sorry. Keep it from falling off at least. And then that top carriage bolt I knocked out again, so that's cool. Get that one started. Can definitely do the bottom one for sure. And the top, can try. I can't get on it straight, I don't think. No. Let's do this. Put the top one in first, so the bottom one's not in your way. Tighten top one down. Then put the bottom one in. You'd think I learned that lesson earlier, but I didn't. And now I can put the bottom one back in. Comment below if you prefer I clean up the video a little bit, or if you like watching the goofy stuff that happens. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Hopefully the majority of you don't struggle the way I do with most stuff. Okay, that's back together. I put that bolt back in. Where is my socket? I don't know what you could see. I put anti-seize on the shaft, slip the clutch assembly back up there with the bracket on the clutch assembly. Tighten the top carriage bolt first, and then put your nut on the bottom one if you're going to use a wrench. If you have a short socket honestly would be the best way to do this. Ratchet with a short socket on there. Those are 1/2 inch. And the bolt for the clutch is 5/8. That large flange washer, lock washer, bolt. And I put a little copper anti-seize on it. Okay, I'm gonna go with the higher torque for this. Okay, now we need to put our deck belt back on, which is easy because it's still off the tensioner up there. Voice cracked a little bit there. That's in place. Now let's go put that back on, and then we got to reconnect the parking brake switch wire too whenever we're done here. Let's look at our drive belt real quick. Looks like it's good, routed properly. Nothing weird happening with it. I'm gonna make sure it wasn't twisted or anything. I hope you can see. I'm sorry if you can't. I hope you can. Put the pry bar on that nut there and against this bracket. And then I'm gonna put my hand on this belt so I'm ready to go. I just gotta pull it over this idler pulley here. And then slowly release it. That went really smooth. Check everything. Belt's not twisted, looks like it's on everything. Hoping that it stayed put on our spindles, I guess, for the blades. Oh, look at that. Another belt routing diagram for the deck belt. They're just stickers, but they're holding up really well, so good job, Spartan. I appreciate that. Oh, it's a good mower. I like it a lot. Highly recommend. Oh, almost done. Almost done. We gotta hook up that switch. We gotta hook up the switch and then make sure that our pumps are engaged again. Make sure I don't mess this up. So, I don't know which way it goes. I don't think it really matters because it's just a switch, so it's continuity. Oh, that is connected. And then now there's light here, because I didn't have light when I did this originally. There is no indication on these levers. Alright, so pumps are disengaged with the levers pushed in. So I'm going to reach down, pull those little plastic levers out. I think I got a damaged fan blade here. Ain't good. That's gonna get broken when I start running. What if that got damaged whenever the belt broke? Or started coming apart? Or what? Probably need to look at replacing that. It's gonna rip that fin right off. This is very thin plastic. Doesn't need to be anything special. Probably safer being thin, lightweight, stuff like that. But I bet that breaks. Just double checking everything, make sure I don't have anything rubbing anywhere. Nothing silly going on. Alright, let's fire up, take it for a ride. Not gonna lie, it really spoiled having the zero turn. The mower that you might see, if I include it in this video, that I towed this mower back into my garage with. It cuts great, it does fine. It's a really cool mower. I think it's, personally, I just like it because it's an older Craftsman mower. I don't remember what year, late 90s, early 2000s maybe. But it's got a liquid cooled Kawasaki engine in it, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Having a mower with a water cooled engine. It was a relative of ours that passed away. I guess it's been a few years ago, and I required it after that. But as a kid, I always thought that was pretty cool. Kid, I don't know, I was probably in high school whenever I saw it. Middle school, something. Okay, I'm gonna set this up, set the camera up somewhere, and fire her up and pull her out of the garage, take it for a little ride. Make sure she drives. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, please. Get us monetized, that'd be awesome. Belt part number is gonna be in the link below, Amazon link to it, for the Spartan RZ48. And this is the 2020 model. I'm not sure if what years they changed, but hopefully this helps you. I don't know, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't try that at home. All right, belt's good. It's all good. Mower's back. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.